And today we have a very, very handsome and a popular TV star with us, and he's going to tell us about all about his career and what's happening in the film industry. As you know, the television and film industry is in the news 24/7 these days. So obviously we would also like to get to know from him whatever is possible from him. So let me introduce Puneet Tejwani. So Puneet Tejwani is a popular television actor who has acted in serials, in television serials. He's also acted in a film, in a movie, in a Bollywood movie. He started in the industry a few years back and done his movie in the year, I think, 2006, with a movie called Mera Dil Leke Dekho. Correct? Yeah. So we would actually, the movie is very interesting because it is based on bisexuality and gays. So something we would want to ask him. I think, he's also met in the same movie, has also met with Kareena Kapoor, who became a superstar, as you know, in Bollywood. The movie focuses on the ups and downs of heroine's life and in the Bollywood industry. He also acted in television serials, notably Mera Dil Dekhe Dekho, and he also acted in Fear Flies, Dar Ke Sachi Tasveer. Correct? These are two things that he has acted. We will ask him more about these television serials. Puneet is a graduate from Jai Hind College, and so without much any more this thing, let me get Puneet. Puneet, hi, how are you?
Namaste, sir. Very, very good, Krishnaji. Very good. How are you?
Good out here. Everything is fine. So today, this is a free-flowing discussion that we have, and you are. So I will ask you questions. We'll also get questions from the participants. Okay. When the participants come from not only on this EPS channel, they also come from YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Okay. So they could ask questions in writing or in the chat box, or they could ask ask you a direct question if they won't talk to you directly. What to answer or not to answer is your prerogative. So, okay. So let's get going with our discussion, Puneet. Okay, you're comfortable. Everything is okay. Technically, you're all sound now. Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the Ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the delay. We had a little bit of an audio issue with Puneet, and that's been sorted out now. So here we go. Puneet, tell us about your journey so far after you graduated, and how did you land in the entertainment industry?
So, Krishnaji, I completed my graduation from Jai Hind College, and okay. I come from a business family background, and I was sent off to the USA for a year or two to work over there. And, okay. And then I came back, and after that, one day I was just sitting at Warsaw. There, that time the coffee shops were very popular. So, absolutely. We used to go sit at the coffee shop and chill out over there, have a coffee. And that's what I was doing. And then suddenly, this one gentleman walks up to me and he says, would you like to do an ad? I was surprised. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean by ad? He said, no, do you want to do a Cadbury commercial ad on TV? It'll come on TV. I said, oh, wow, that's fantastic. Wow, I would love the opportunity. So I didn't know heads or tail of acting. I didn't know anything. So he said, you'll have to come for an audition. I said, audition, what do I have to do in the audition? He says, you'll have to act. So I said, wow, ye to mujhse nahi hoga. I'm a commerce guy. I'm done sales before this. I've been around business people. I don't know anything about acting. So, I was very confused whether I should go for the audition or not. And I said, will I make a fool out of myself or what it is? I was very young. I was 21, 22 years old. So I finally went to the audition, and I did what came at that point. They just said, you have to be very happy that Saurav Ganguly's hit a 6 and, out of the ground, and you have to be very happy. And So I said, okay, I'll try my best, and then eventually I gave the audition, and by the end of it, I was kissing the TV, and so they liked that so much that they actually put that into the ad, and it was aired on in the World Cup. It was aired all through the World Cup. It was aired, and that's how I got my first job. Actually, it was by fluke. I never even tried. It just came to me. Yes.
Yeah, you never know when things begin to happen. And from there
Yes.
onwards, what happened? So you got this promo, the television ad, and
Yes.
then what happened? After that, what happened?
So then after, for 1 month till the ad came out, I didn't really try for other jobs or anything. I said, let's just see what, after the shoot, what this turns out to be. And then we'll take it from there. And as soon as the ad was aired, I think this was in 2003 or 2004. So in that year itself, I did about 75 commercial ads after that.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did about 75 commercial ads, and by date, I have done over 500. You know,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it was very interesting. It just sort of I started getting calls, and I didn't even know how to respond to these people. They were like, "You have to please send us your tape, your audition," and I would go and give the audition over there, and then they would like it, and I would get selected, and then this just kept going on for the last 15 years, and it's been a great ride because for someone who didn't know anything about acting, didn't know how to give expressions properly. Over time, I learned from auditions. I used to go for hours and hours and sit at auditions and watch people. I would just watch people giving auditions, my seniors and people who had done a lot of work before me. I would just sit and watch them. Even after I was done with my audition, I would just sit and watch them. What are these guys doing? How are they giving their expression? How are they giving their timing? So like that, I kept doing different things with my skill, and yeah, here we are today, sir. 500 commercial ads down. I've done about 50 to 70 banking ads. Since you all are from the
Oh,
banking
really?
background.
Okay.
Yes, I've done a lot of banking and
Yeah.
mutual fund ads. So over age, as I
Yeah.
went from 22 to 24 to 30 to 35, it started changing. The ads started changing. It started becoming from young boy to older man, slightly older man, then to young daddy. So it's been a very interesting journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen your mutual fund ad.
Yes.
It's very good ad. You still look young. Uh, uh,
Thank you.
so, then you landed up in this movie called Mera Dil Dekhe Dekho,
Yes.
and they said it's a movie about gays and bisexualities. And then, I mean, what struck you then? You said, "Oh my God, what am I doing here?" Did it?
Well, this was the first time I actually got called by Rohit, who was the director. And he said, "Look, I seen you in the ads. I saw you in the Sprite ad that you did, and I think you suit the bill for this character, this main lead I have in my film. It's a comedy film, and it's a little different from what you see these days. Even if you go back and see certain time, it was very different. It was very bilingual, very easygoing film. So he said, you fit the bill perfectly." I said, okay. So he said, Mrs. Poonam Sinha will be producing the film, Shatrughan Sinha ji's wife. I said, okay, that's great. That's a big banner. I'll come over and meet you. So when I went and met him, he said, oh, I was going to choose you from the minute I saw you in the ad. I said, okay, thank you so much. That's very kind of you, but I don't know how to act. I've never done lines in my life. I've never said lines. He said, don't worry, we'll teach you. So I said, okay. Then he told me about this part where there is, this slight gay element in the film, with one of the other characters. So I said, Rohit, we've never really shown this kind of stuff on cinema before. We've always dealt with action and songs and this and that, but never about gays. And he said, well, there's nothing wrong with it. I said, no, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a personal choice, but we've never really
Yeah.
shown it on in the movies before. Are you sure you can do this? You can pull this off? He says, definitely, this is something new we are trying, and we want to come out in the open with this in cinema because it's already there in society. Why not we bring it out in the open cinema also? I said, okay, why not? Then let's go for it. We started shooting the film, and it was a great experience, sir.
Yeah.
The gay and bisexual part was a very small part of the film. It was a real comedy on the whole, It was a very beautiful experience, and it was good shooting with them, sir.
Excellent, excellent. I think it's always good to have such offbeat stories rather than just the mushy love and love
Yeah, it was
stories,
very
which
offbeat,
takes you
very
nowhere.
nice.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, yeah. Have you done any such offbeat in the television? Something different, like Hatke, we say?
My first show was Bidai. It was one of the top
Okay.
rated shows of the country at that point. And then after that, I did shows like Kuch To Log Kahenge, Kitni Mohabbat Hai, Ye Pyar Na Hoga Kam. They're very interesting characters. But this one character I did for the show for Disney, it was called Lage Raho Chachu. And
Okay.
there was this, and I was playing Chachu in the show, and it was for young children, and I really enjoyed playing that character
Okay.
because to me it was, I love kids, as I have two of my own now, but I've always loved children. There's something very nice about them. They're so innocent. I always love to watch children, so I got this opportunity to play Chachu to three kids who had lost their parents in the show. So I said, wow, what a beautiful script. Yeah, I'd love to do it. And over here, he said, you know what? The director said, add a little bit of Mr. Bean to this character. Make it
Uh-huh.
not only lovable, but make him funny also. So, we did that. And this was a little offbeat. This wasn't the main, Chachu, who was supposed to be the hero of the show. But we didn't want to make him heroic. We wanted to make him goofy, and we wanted to make him funny, and fun to watch
Yeah.
for the children. So, like Mr. Bean, he's the hero of his movies or his shows, but he's goofy and fun to watch. So I put a little
Yeah.
bit of Mr. Bean in there, and I terribly enjoyed doing it. It was so much fun to get so much response from children. Everywhere I'd walk on the street, they would say, hey Chachu, hi Chachu." It was really nice. It was really nice. So this is one of the characters I really enjoyed playing.
Excellent.
It was a
Excellent.
little
That's
different.
good.
I really liked it.
Sure. Sure. If you do recollect any other thing, you can even talk a little later. So let's get going. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm in discussion with Puneet Tejwani, very television actor. He's also acted in Bollywood. So while I continue to talk to him, I'll be happy to receive questions from you in the Q&A box, or you could even ask a question directly to him should you want to do that. So let's get going and start sending in your queries. Um, so let's talk something which is very topical. Uh, the question of happening around in so there is this issue of nepotism. We've heard about it. And a lot
Sure.
of people have talked about it. And what are your thoughts on this issue of nepotism?
Sir, see this topic. I've spoken to a lot of people about it before, and sir, nepotism. In which industry is it not there? I mean, let's say forget the film industry. Today, you have a businessman. He
Yeah.
would like to push his son into his business only. He will not bring any outsider and say, okay, you handle my business. Or let's say in the film industry, there is a lot of star kids who try and make their name in the industry. Some have because of their hard work, and some clearly haven't. So the audience is king. I mean, if the audience likes you and you work hard on yourself, definitely you'll make it. And then there is this thing about chalo theek hai, if an actor's son wants to be an actor also, but if he does not have the skill, nothing in the world can have the audience like him. On the other hand, in the same industry, you've got people like Kangana, John Abraham, you've got Shah Rukh Khan, who are sitting on the top. They're on the top. Kangana is the highest paid actress. Shah Rukh is the highest paid actor, but they all came from outside. So, I feel that this nepotism thing is unnecessarily been given too much importance. I am also an outsider from the industry. I'm not from the industry, but in a way, I've made my mark somewhere.
Yeah.
I've done the work I've been able to do. And if it was only star kids who could do work, then to sir, that was it. Nobody from outside could come in. Then this industry cannot function.
That's true.
you know,
That's true. But
you
yeah,
this nepotism, I think, is made a big deal out of. I mean, I think like let's say Hrithik Roshan, he's great. He works so hard. Tiger Shroff, my kids love him. You know, but then they love Vidyut Jamwal also. Vidyut Jamwal is also an action star, but he's not a film star's son. He's from outside, but he's made his mark. So if you've got the talent and if you're ready to work hard, what nepotism, nothing can stop you, sir. Of course,
yeah,
there is this thing. The actor says, "Yaar, mera beta hai." A superstar says, "Yaar, mera beta hai. Isko launch kar de." It's a little bit easier. It's a little bit easier for the star's son. But
yeah.
we have so many cases where not one but 10 movies have gone flop of a star kid, and the the audience has rejected him. What do you do?
Yeah,
There's nothing
that's
much you
true.
can do. On the other hand, you have a Tiger Shroff, who has worked harder than any other lad in the industry today, sir. He has got a fantabulous body. His martial arts are just amazing. He looks good. He's got all the qualities to be an actor. I don't see a reason why not. Why he should not be in the industry.
That's
He
true.
should definitely be in the. He works very hard. So nepotism is, I mean, not a great deal, I feel.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there are a lot of people out there who made their names who don't even have a godfather. It's just all about hard work, sir.
So if Mr. Tejwani Senior was
Mm-hmm.
from the film industry, you
Gee.
think you would have gone places by now?
Uh, sir, I tell you this that my father is a businessman, and he asked me to join the business, and I said no. I want to do something different. So he could have called up one of his friends and said, "Hey, listen, just give my son a good placement in one of your companies," and I could have easily walked in. But if I'd not performed over there, I'd be thrown out. So it's all about your. My father could have said, made one film for me, two films for me. But after that, what? If I don't perform, if I don't have it in me to be a superstar, then nothing in the world can make me a superstar. But
Yeah,
even if I don't have a father from outside and I can come in and do 500 ads in this, even if I don't have a dad from this industry, and if I come here and do 500 ads and do 3 films and do about 8 TV shows, um, I think that's fair. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I don't see that if my father would have been in the film industry, then I would have been able to do work. No, sir. My father's not from the film industry, and I'm still doing a lot of work in the film industry and TV industry. So
excellent.
that's
Yeah.
that. But it would have been easy. It would have been easier. I don't disagree with the fact. To answer your question, yes, it would have been a little bit easier, a little bit more easier. That's it.
Okay. So there's one question that has come your way.
Yeah,
Obviously, it has to be a lady or a
sure,
girl.
sure.
You know, with uh, with your looks only, they will come. So, so yeah. So Miss Tejasvi asked you a question. He says, Puneet, you look so stress-free. You look so jovial. What is your what is your motivation factor? What keeps you stress-free all the time?
See, whenever I have some stress, the first thing I say to myself is, this is temporary. This is going to
Yeah.
last for just a little bit. So it's going to go away after some time. You just have to fight it. Now, what I do to fight my stress is I do meditation. I usually like to go out and have fun with my kids. I look at my kids, I look at my boys, I see these kids growing up, and I say, wow, this is the real life. This is what brings me happiness. I watch a lot of motivational videos sometimes when I'm really low. I just watch some motivational videos, and most of all, sir, I like to get out there and get into fresh open air, and just like to realize myself and say, okay, this will pass, and what do we have to do to change the situation? I think about that and then I work on it.
Okay, that's nice. Good. Thank you. That's a very good answer. So ladies and gentlemen, I continue to have a discussion with Puneet. Please do send in your queries as early as possible. So Puneet, my next question to you is, about stress, mental stress, because film industry, you could have a lot of mental stress because you work in graveyard shift or maybe round the clock shifts, and so there has bound to be a lot of mental stress in the way the films work. How about the television serial, television industry? How does that work? Do you also have all shoots in the like the graveyard shift? And how do you cope up with your day and night situations then?
Sir, the thing about our industry is that I'll talk about the TV industry first.
Yes.
So I'll tell you about something that happened to me when I started my first show. So they were shooting, and sir, मेरे को है ना ठीक से हिंदी नहीं आती थी पहले. I
अच्छा.
used to not be able to speak Hindi very clearly and very शुद्ध. तो मैं बहुत कम हिंदी बोलता था पहले. And what happened is when I did my first show, there was these very difficult Hindi words that I had to speak, and I had to speak in a slightly जैसे more शुद्ध Hindi accent also. तो
Yeah.
वो टाइम पे सर क्या होता था कि we used to have 12-hour shifts, and my director used to spend an hour plus extra just to make sure that I'm saying my lines correctly in the correct fashion and the correct dialect, वो एक pronunciation होता है. During that show Bidai, I remember shooting 24-hour shifts because the show was so popular. And there were so many artists in the show, and there was so much demand for it that we had to keep shooting, and then there was this shadi sequence that was going on for 5 days, and there was so much packed into those 3 episodes. I remember shooting for I think 8 or 10 days. We were shooting 18-hour shifts, 19-hour shifts, and during those days, sir, it used to be very difficult, very, very difficult, because you used to take food from home. Sometimes that was over, then you're eating set food, and then you're not sleeping, you're just sleeping in your vanity room. Sometimes you're going home, taking a bath, and coming back to shoot.
Yeah.
And those used to be very difficult times for me, because I just started off and I didn't know how it works. But today, if you ask me to shoot a 12-hour shift, it'll go by like that, and because I really enjoy my work. And even though suppose I'm not shooting a scene, and I'm sitting in my vanity, I'd like to go out, sit on the set, and watch other people shoot so I can learn more. So it's very interesting to just sit around and watch other artists work. Also, 12 घंटे ऐसे निकल जाते हैं बहुत जल्दी. So you don't even feel anything. And I usually like to just keep eating in the middle. Like I'll eat some grapes, I'll eat some apples. I keep myself nourished, so that when the shooting starts for me again, I don't look tired or I don't look sleepy. I'm looking fresh. So there are a few things you can do. Sometimes you just take a 7-minute power nap in the middle of your shoot, and that keeps you awake for the next 6 hours, and it keeps you fresh. So these are the small things I do in the middle of a stressful shoot, to get by. I keep eating every 2-3 hours, and I take power naps, 7-minute power naps. That helps me a lot.
So your shoots also are at night, or they also?
Oh yeah, we do graveyard shifts. So we sometimes shoot from 7 in the night to evening to 7 in the morning next day, till sunlight, 6:30. And those shifts are actually the most fun. Those are the most fun because everybody's sometimes gone zonked out, and then you wake up everybody and we crack jokes and everything, and suddenly the environment changes and it's energized. Those are fun shoots. Yeah. I enjoy those night shifts. I really enjoy them.
Oh, really? Okay, that's. I just thought, when you do the shifts work in the night and day, typically we have this problem in our industry, which is the BPO industry. They completely get zonked out because your body wants to sleep at night and you're working, and body wants to be active in the daytime, and you're wanting to sleep. So, after some time, they all end up with a lot of issues, but of course, that's a very, very regular thing that happens. So I guess that's the stress that they have to take. So great to know that you are, you are ready to take this. You enjoy it. That's more
I enjoy
important.
it.
Let's put it that. Yeah, excellent. So that's great. So at this point, Puneet, we want to show our audience one of your videos. So are you
Okay,
okay with that? Yeah.
absolutely.
So I request the digital team to go ahead and show the film video to the participants.
आने वाली है वो आने वाली है आने वाली है वो मेरे दिल पे धड़कनों पे वो छाने वाली है बेताबियों का मौसम वो लाने वाली है जाने दो मुझे जाने दो यार अब न रोको सोचो मेरे बारे में यार कुछ तो सोचो वो आने वाली है आने वाली है वो आने वाली है आने वाली है
Nice.
That was
Like,
from my film Mera Dil Leke Dekho, back in the day.
okay. Okay, excellent, excellent. Yeah, you act like you're being like a born actor in this industry. Great. Yeah, absolutely nothing to
Thank you.
feeling nervous and nothing of that sort. Um, so let me ask you the next question. During this COVID times,
Yes, sir.
what have you and your friends and your fraternity been doing because everything has come to a grinding halt? So how do you all pass your time? How do you all get to sharpen your skill sets, etc.?
Sir, honestly, first 2 months of lockdown, it was so scary. We just sat at home and, it was, there was just nothing to, there was just nothing to do. Everything was shut. So we'd just sit at home, watch movies or watch web series. We started playing a lot of board games with my kids. And
Yeah.
then I said, okay, now this is too much, I mean, in May, I said, this is too much now. I can't just sit around like that. I got to do something. So what I did is I bought some 110 kgs of weights. I bought some rods. I bought some dumbbells, and I had it sent over to me. And in the last 4 months, sir, I have been working out twice a day. I've been doing stretches, working out. I've been doing weights. I got a cycle at home, which, I do sport cycling over there only. And I've managed to lose 6 kgs.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, just eating right, something I've not managed to do in about last 10 years, which is make a muscular body. It was not on my priority list in any case, but in the last 4 months, I have managed to work out and really get my body in shape. That is the one thing I really wanted to do for a long time, but it was not priority because I always felt, I should wait a little bit till I should make my body once my look becomes a little more, once I become a little more, how you say, I had a sweet boy look, so I wanted
mature
to
look.
change my personality a bit. So I said, okay, now let's work out and go crazy, and then change the whole look, and then do a portfolio maybe in January. So for the last 4 months, I've worked out twice every day, and I feel great. I feel so healthy, and I feel very energetic. It just changes your whole persona, sir. When you work out and sweat it out, it kind of changes something inside you. It makes you more active, and yeah. And I've done some reading. I've done watching a lot of web series, learning from these web series because I never went to any acting school or anything like that. So I what I do is I watch other actors how they are performing, and watch web series. I learn cinema from watching cinema. Um, that is how I've tried to improve my skill over the last few years, and especially in this lockdown. And hopefully I will have something come up in the next 2 months, where I will like to explore this bodybuilding side of mine,
Oh, really?
on TV.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So maybe we'll see Puneet Superman.
Not Superman, but yeah, I'm trying, sir. I'm trying. I'm trying. I want to do something different now. I've done so much of the sweet, cute boy, roles. I want to this year onwards. I want to try and do something different. I want to do negative. I want to do maybe more serious roles. So
Really?
these days, it is a demand. You need a good body, sir. The audience wants to see a good body. You know,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's a big demand these days. So you have to go with what the demand is and what the audience wants to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for all those who are from not in the industry, okay, there is this something called as a casting couch. Is it a truth
No,
or a myth?
no, no. It's
Is it a
definitely
truth
wrong.
or is it?
There is a casting couch.
Uh,
100%. There is a casting couch. There is a lot of. I've sadly there is a lot of newcomers who fall for all this, sir, and they are promised all sorts of big work by you know these few. There's not many, there's a few, but there are these few people who spoil the whole running of the way it's done. So they'll show big they'll say big things and बड़े बड़े सपने दिखा के फिर गलत गलत काम करके, then it's not right what they do with
yeah.
these newcomers. Especially newcomers, they fall for this a lot. I want to
Okay.
tell all the people who join the industry that don't fall for this. You will get your work on your own merit, and you just have to work hard, try hard. And anyone who's saying that do this and do that, and I will give you work, don't fall for all that. They'll never give you work.
Okay. That's great. Good advice. Good to know. Good to know that. So
Yeah.
now after the now that the COVID, this COVID economic activity has picked up, a lot of shops and other things have opened up. It has started with certain standard operating procedures. So,
Yeah.
so how do you all? Is it started for you? Do you all start? Have you started going on a regular basis? And how do you take care of that the COVID spread doesn't happen?
Sir, I just shooting has started, definitely started, but
Yeah.
there is a lot of safety that we have to take care of now on set. Especially, firstly, what used to happen is when we used to have a unit, it used to be of 100 people. Now that has come down by 60%. Now only 40 people or 50 people maximum allowed on set or on the in the unit. Second thing is all the makeup men, all the lighting men, all the whole crew has to have mask. Nobody is allowed without a mask on set. Sanitizers are kept on all four corners. Wherever you go, you have to sanitize entry, exit, outside the vanity rooms. Every time in the vanity rooms also, they're sending us sanitizers, face masks the company is giving. So yeah, they're taking the precautions. I just shot a web series for Vikram Bhatt Productions, and I was amazed. I said, wow yaar, ye to acha hai. Matlab, I thought bolne ki baat thi ki haan hum sab precaution lenge, but these guys actually went out and took all the precautions. I feel bad for my makeup dada and the hair didi. They had to be in the PPE kit all day. For 12 hours, they were in that, head to
Yeah.
bottom, they were covered. I said, यार आप लोग को गर्मी नहीं होती क्या? आप लोग मतलब अंदर से आप लोग को you're not feeling hot. They said, क्या करे सर, करना पड़ेगा आपको बचाने के लिए. So I said, thank you, but really hats off to them. And they work in the heat. They're standing off screen. So hats off to them, all these people who work so hard, and we are the ones being seen, the actors. But the real hard work is happening in the back. They are the ones who are making it possible. With all
Okay.
these masks and all, sitting right next to a light which is so big, and with a mask on, and with a PPE kit. Oh my God, I cannot even imagine it. So yeah, they work very hard, and the precautions are being taken. Shooting has started, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing that the economy is opening up. I understand Corona is very, very dangerous, but through the film industry and the TV industry, so many people have employment every day, and without this employment, sir, they all light boys, spot boys, all are art boys. They're all very poor people. How are they supposed to go through with their bread and butter if shooting doesn't start? Because they everybody else, like government is giving money, and they are giving ration pani, they're giving to the gawal. But what about these guys? They are not even in their gav. They are stuck
Yeah.
over here. So actors are not being actors who are sitting at home, and who come from their Delhi, and I don't know where not they come from. What about them? They're small actors. They get their daily wage, and till shooting doesn't start, that means they don't have money to eat, drink, or pay their rent. This is a very dangerous situation, sir. So it's good that the industry has started off again, and it's good that the lockdown has eased up, because ये कोविड के चक्कर में तो लोग भूखे मर जाएंगे सर, नहीं तो.
Absolutely, yeah. So actually the people who wear the PPE and want to be, they have no choice. So they are like the doctors and nurses. They're fighting for others' life. They are the real warriors out there, right?
Yes.
You don't have to be a doctor to be a COVID warrior.
Correct.
I mean, if you're able to take precautions and undergo a little suffering, because 12 hours in that PPE is not a joke. But they do it because they have to A, earn the livelihood, and B, they have to take care of you. So well said by them. Hats off to them. I think they are the real warriors out there. Yeah, absolutely.
Real warriors. Correct, sir.
Yeah. So while we did talk about not to press for kind of a monologue or a skit or anything, I have got at least 2 or 3 of them asking, can you request Puneet to kind of say some dialogues or do some monologue or something? Is that possible?
Sir, I will do this audition, which I had done 15 years back. It was lines from my first audition. आप थोड़ा हंसोगे lines सुन के, but वो time पे यही चलता था.
Correct.
It's very old-fashioned dialogues and all. But एक वो जो मैंने किया था सर, वो time पे भी आज तक मेरे दिमाग में छपा हुआ है. I still remember it like if you could wake me up from my sleep, because it was my very first audition.
Yeah.
So I ऐसे रट दिया था मैंने उसको कि मुझे आज तक याद है. So I just say a few lines. माँ तेरी मांग का ये सिंदूर और गले में लटकता ये मंगलसूत्र, इस बात का सबूत है कि पिताजी हैं, और अगर हैं माँ तो हमसे मिलने क्यों नहीं आते? हाँ, बचपन से लेकर आज तक मैं अपने पिताजी के प्यार के लिए तरसता आ रहा हूँ. जब मेरे पास कोई नहीं था, कुछ नहीं था, तूने मुझे संभाला. I'm now losing the lines. Sorry, वो actually याद नहीं आ रहे हैं. It's been a while. But sir, yeah, this was one of those first auditions that I gave. I think this was 15 or 18 years back. So वो time पे I took about 1 hour with these some 10 lines it was. Or till not very long back, I was saying the full lines. आज याद नहीं आ रहे हैं. I think I don't know what it is.
So how do you all talking of the keeping the memorizing those sentences? How do you all do that?
Sir, I did this last play with this one play with Mr. Bharat Dabolkar. It was called Blame It on Yash Raj.
Okay.
So we practiced for that play for I think 6 months, and we would practice 4 hours every day. We would do 4-hour sessions, and I would say my lines. We would finish the whole play once, and he would say again. I said, okay. We would do it again. He would say again. I said, okay, sir. I said, sir, why do we have to do the same thing again and again every day? He says, the more you practice it, the more you'll get better at it. So, I believe the lines, for theater are totally different. Of course, you have to practice it because you can't fumble on stage. Stage is they're watching you live and they're in the moment. So you can definitely not fumble over there. but remembering lines when it comes to TV and everything. So you read it once, you take the emotion inside you, you get comfortable with the lines, and you're there. Now it comes very naturally to me. What I do is I read my lines about 5-6 times. I will feed myself those lines, I will think about those lines, and then I would say it how I would naturally say to you, like I'm having this conversation with you.
Yeah.
I would try and make those lines mine. Like, this is me saying it. This is not somebody else, but this is me saying it, getting into the character, basically character mein dood jana, basically total. In every way possible, body language, your dialect, everything. So once you've gone into the character, and when you read those lines, then you're reading it as the character. You're not reading it as somebody else. You're not reading it as Puneet Tejwani. You're reading those lines as the character. So you read those lines few times, you make them yours, and that's it. And then your output will show on screen. It's a lot of hard work. It's not easy. A lot of people think acting is very easy. आपको क्या है, जाके lines ही बोलना है वहाँ पे. But lines के साथ, lines के बीच के जो emotions होते हैं, that is a master task. Like some of our senior actors, it comes to them so easily. I love to watch them. Nasiruddin Shahji, it comes to him so easily. The lines, you feel like, oh wow, this too means he must be, he must be just going on set and saying the lines. But Nasir sir also, sir, I just heard yesterday for his last web series, for 1.5 months, where he's playing a musician, for 1.5 months, he had to just learn the nuskas and the way of how a musician would, do his alaps and all those things, the movement, the hand movement, the face movement. He did that for 1.5 months. Someone like Naseem sir. So it's not easy. You have to do a lot of mehnat, a lot of hard work goes into this. And the more you put in, the better you become. So yeah, that's my thinking on, that's my take on, acting and lines.
Okay. Yeah. But so that means it's not that, are they given these lines well ahead of the shoot, or when they come for the shoot, they are given the lines?
So what happens, sir, for me, sometimes in web series like this, last web series, I was given the lines 10 days in advance.
Okay.
So it helped me get into so it was a corporate show, and it helped me get into the role of a CEO. And the CEO had many shades. He had many shades. There was, 2 heroines in the show, So I was different with one person, different with the other. Then I had a board of directors who I was different with every person. He was a different shade with everybody. There was a different shade that I had to bring out with each scene. So, when it comes to things like that, you need the lines in before, a little bit before. But on TV, when you go and shoot your shows like Bidai and Kuch To Log Kahenge and Pyar Na Hoga Kam, you would get the lines on the spot. Like maybe half an hour before, 1 hour before, you've got the scene, 2-page scene. And you have to read the scene and you have to deliver within 1 hour. So your memory has to be very good, and you have to be comfortable in what you do to be able to achieve that. So sometimes it's just 1 hour before, and it could be a 2-page dialogue, a 2-page scene, or a 3-page scene, sometimes even 5-page scene. It would be given to you 1 hour in advance.
Okay. So you have some kind of a digi-prom of something, somebody holding that script to show you this is what you're.
Not yet. Not yet. Maybe when I get older.
Okay. No, I was just checking out. I don't know much. I haven't been to a shooting either. So I don't know. I just was wondering how people are able to, talk these dialogues.
Yeah. So when you, basically when you're hosting shows, when you have a lot to speak about, say maybe 10, 15, 20 pages, and it's just not possible to mug up so much, and when you're speaking about very normal general stuff, so you get pointers on a teleprompter over there, and it just makes life a lot easier. But most of the mass of the dialogue or whatever you have to say, it's really in here. On the
Okay.
teleprompter, they'll just give you pointers, maybe, So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Many of the audience will want to know whether you have ever met SSR.
No, sir,
And
I have not ever met
yeah.
SSR. I haven't met him.
Okay. Okay. So fine. Because the
I
next
know
question
people who
was,
know him. I know people who know him
okay.
very well.
Okay. How was he? Was he a good person to know? Was he a jolly good guy, or what
No,
is the
as far
feedback?
as I've heard about him, he was a very intelligent person, very very intelligent person. So my friend was telling me that whenever she'd sit and talk to him, she could sit and talk to him for hours. 6 7 hours would go by, and he would just talk about anything and everything under the sun he could talk about. He had so much knowledge, so much information, and he was very witty and very intelligent, which is what I've been told. you know and he would talk about he was an engineering student, apparently came number
Yes.
2
Yeah.
yeah, so I
Yeah.
mean there's no doubt that he was very intelligent. And of course we've all seen him as an actor. He's brilliant. He's done such good work, and so I mean there's no doubt that he was such an intelligent guy, and it's very sad what happened to him. Actually, it's very very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We leave it at that. Okay. So what are the TV serials or films you're doing right now, and what are the things that are coming up for you?
Sir, right now I just told you I shot for that Vikram Bhatt series now, web series.
Okay.
And in the coming future, I have 2 short films and a feature film coming up. But I'd like to speak about it maybe in a bit of, in the future when things are on the roll.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you should say what you can see. So my last question to you is, there are a lot of people watching this. I'm sure they have youngsters, maybe their kids, maybe they themselves or friends. What's your advice to them? How to go about the stardom that they get? And you do get money, yes. So how do you cope up with all this money, stress, allurement to various things out there? What's your advice?
So I believe that to all the young people out there is that, of course, money is a very important thing, very, very important thing. But what you should do instead of running behind money is choosing one thing you want to do and getting very good at it. When you do that, money will follow anyways. Once you have money and once you have fame, I think you should be more chilled out about it. People tend to get very, they go into a different space, you know. And so when you have money, when you have fame, just chill out about it and live your life healthy, and don't take too much stress because it's really not worth it. Work out a lot, eat healthy, be nice to people, love everybody, spread love, always keep smiling, and do what you do best.
Absolutely, yeah. Love and spread happiness is the motto that Puneet follows. So Puneet, we have crossed the 4 o'clock mark, well beyond 4 now actually, and I just want to thank you for coming, spending your precious time with us. It's a weekend, and thanks for coming. It was wonderful talking to you. We in the finance industry know very little about what's happening in the entertainment. Behind the scenes, you have told us quite a lot, and I think to that extent we are much more better informed, better knowing things what's happening. Good to have you. Good to talk to you. Thank you very much, and you have a good day for the rest of the day.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. It was wonderful talking to you, sir. It was very nice talking to you, Krishnaji. And thank you to all the people viewing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I close this today's session, and thank you very much for joining me and hearing Puneet, and look forward to meeting you all again for a normal business and banking dialogue on Wednesday now. Wednesday at 6 o'clock, followed by Friday at 6 o'clock. So these are the 2 days. Please remember, our business and banking dialogue show is now bi-weekly and not daily anymore. It's Wednesday and Friday at 6 o'clock. Goodbye, good evening, and have a wonderful time, whatever is left of the weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.